Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. Let's get to the weather. And as I said yesterday, it was beautiful out. I think at our house, I think we got to about 88, 89 degrees. It was bright and sunny in the morning. It was just absolutely beautiful. We're back to May gray this week. However, we are going to see some clearing coming up for the most part every day. Now, the only day that might be a little bit different is Thursday, where that looks like a thicker marine layer coming in. It's a little system off the coast, and so we could have some of that morning drizzle, and then mostly sunny. It might be partly cloudy up into the late afternoon. But otherwise, as we go forward, you can see the temperatures as we get to Friday and Saturday start to go up a little bit. And overall, it's what we've seen over the past couple of weeks. It just depends on how thick this marine layer is and how long it stays around. And as you've seen, some days it's blown out pretty early. Other days it'll stick around till 1 o'clock or so. That's just the way it's going to be for the next week. It looks like, again, the May gray. Actually, would that be, as we get to Friday, that would be June gloom then, because it's the first day of June. All right. Is that the first day of June, Dave? Right? Friday? Okay. All right. I had to double check that Thursday wasn't, but you're right, June 1st. All right, here we go for today. Just beautiful weather. Look at Lake Arrowhead. They're above all this. They're going to be 75 today. So if you're headed up to the mountains, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. The beaches, they'll be socked in probably about, I'd say at least till 11 o'clock or so. Maybe a little bit longer to that, but overall, not bad out there. And so we're going to be in the mid-70s throughout, unless you go to Palm Springs, which is 104 degrees. So go out and have a great day. I keep saying that it's just around the corner, all those art festivals, which are wonderful down at Laguna Beach, but everything goes up in price and it's hard to park down there, so enjoy it. We got about a month to go before a lot of those start, so now's the time to get down there and just kind of have that area to the locals. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
It takes a team effort to provide compassionate care. At Health Plus Medical Supply and El Toro Pharmacy, your personal attention is our top priority. We have everything you need, including stair lifts, rollators, knee walkers, wheelchairs, power wheelchairs, scooters, and car lifts. And we provide all maintenance and installation. Health Plus is located inside El Toro Pharmacy, where we provide the same compassion for your pharmacy and drugstore needs. Located in Moulton Plaza.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
I'm Dr. Trin. You may know me from Memorial Care, Alzheimer's Orange County, and Irvine Clinical Research. Alzheimer's is the third leading cause of death in Orange County. The problem is, we're making this diagnosis way too late, after the damage is done. We don't want to wait for this to happen. We want to catch this early. Please come see me for a free consultation and discuss ways to minimize your risk for Alzheimer's disease.
And with me right now is our friend, Dr. Trin. Good to see you, Iggy.
Good to see
Always
you.
good to see you today.
Yeah.
And we're talking about vitamins and supplements for brain health.
Right.
And we've often heard that your best vitamins are the ones that you eat, from fruits and vegetables and a good diet.
That's
However, some people take some maybe they've taken them all their life,
Right,
just because
right.
it's a habit. Others do have some supplements. So let's talk about them. Do they work?
Yeah, totally agree with you that that our medicine should be our food, and what we eat should be our medicine, as opposed to popping a whole bunch of pills.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, what I've noticed through the years is that the supplements that are popular, the supplements that folks are looking for, typically are medications that are not prescription type medications.
Okay.
What that means is if we have a good pill for it, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of supplements out there.
Yeah.
For example, blood pressure, right?
Okay.
We have tons of different blood pressure medications
Right.
that are available and they work. So people are not out there looking for blood pressure supplements. Even cholesterol, with the number of statins we have and the
Yes.
different cholesterol medications out there. You don't see a lot of folks going out there looking for cholesterol supplements. But in the areas where there is a need for treatment, where we don't have a good treatment plan as far as what's available from the FDA as far as prescription medications, you'll see a whole ton of variety of supplements, like brain health.
Right.
with
Now,
that.
and you're talking
Yeah.
about, just to be clear, you go into certain markets around here, you know, like
Right.
Mother's Market and Sprouts and all that.
Right.
And it's a whole huge area of vitamins and supplements. And quite often, there'll be
Right.
ones on there that'll say for brain health, for this, for that. And it gets confusing. Ginseng and, you know, all this kind of stuff.
It gets very confusing, and as you know, supplements are not regulated
No,
in
they
the
aren't.
same way that we regulate prescription medications.
Yeah.
With that, and as a matter of fact, most of these supplements are considered food.
Oh, really?
They're in that category as nutritional food products, and that's how we get around the same criteria as medications are.
Okay.
With that. And so it's important for folks to know how to identify supplements that that even from where they came from, you know, issues like that, not just the supplement themselves, but how these supplements are made.
That's a good point,
Were
yeah.
these supplements made in the USA? Were they imported by a number of countries?
Okay.
What is the quality control of the supplements that came in through a variety of countries, right? How do we know the quality control
true,
of these
yeah.
supplements? How do we know that when these supplements arrive to the port, that they're all being inspected, you know, appropriately? And so those are some of the concerns I sometimes have with supplements. And how do we know that these supplements that are manufactured, whether here or elsewhere, are certified as GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice certifications,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
those are some of the things we need to think about and to look for. How do we know they're organic versus
Yeah.
non-organic? You know, there's a certification for organic supplements, USDA certified organic
So all
supplements.
these things you got to look for.
Yeah.
Let me ask you quickly, the difference between a vitamin and a supplement is a supplement would be, like I said, you're taking
Right.
fish oil or vitamin or ginger pills or something. Would
Yes.
that be a supplement versus I'm taking vitamin C, vitamin B or something?
Exactly. Both vitamins and supplements our body needs but do not make.
Okay.
Our body do not make vitamin A, vitamin B,
Okay.
vitamin C. We need them for survival. We need them for
Okay.
daily healthy functioning of our body. But our body doesn't make it, so we need to take it in,
Okay.
whether as food or as supplements and vitamins.
I would
with
think
that.
that for
Yeah.
many people too, if they're on some sort of medication, prescribed medication,
Yes.
they have to be careful about anything else that they're taking, right?
Yes. Just because a product is a supplement doesn't mean it's naturally safe.
Okay.
Or a vitamin.
Right.
It's possible to overdose on vitamins. And many vitamins actually acts as blood thinners as
Right,
well. So
okay.
if you're on Coumadin, warfarin,
Yeah.
a blood thinner, and you're taking additional supplements, and you notice bruising, it may be because of the interaction of
Okay.
these supplements or vitamins, which are blood thinners, that can also interact with your blood thinners you're taking.
What about, let's go back to food. In other
Right.
words, eat some real carrots or eat some of this or that rather than taking a supplement. Is that better, or is it sometimes people need a certain amount and there's no way they could eat a whole big piece
Right.
of ginger every day or whatever? I'm using ginger because that's kind of popular now. But
Yes, it's always better to get it closer to the ground.
okay,
Yeah, eating the plant that has the vitamins in it is much better than eating a pill necessarily. Although some claim that if you condense like a whole bunch of plants together and put in 10 fruits in one pill, it may be better in a gummy bear.
Yeah.
But it's processed. We always prefer the natural route.
okay.
With that.
Now, are there certain supplements or vitamins you would recommend that can help in brain health? Is there something that, or even teas? I guess there's a lot of teas nowadays that I know there's certain brands that will say this is for calming, this is for this is for that. What's your take on that?
Yeah, let me tell you how I view these multiple products in the industry that's being sold now to our patients. Not just for brain health, but for joint health, for prostate health, for women's health, for men's health. The first thing I do is, as a physician, I go and look at the research.
Okay.
Because there is a difference between good science and good marketing.
Right, right.
You can have poor science and great marketing, or you can have great science with poor marketing.
Right.
And it's the marketing is what folks will look at. I look at the science.
Yeah.
And what I do is I go through the clinical trials and I study and I view, what does the clinical trials say on fish oil? What do the clinical trials say on product A versus product B? It's very important because you can have a clinical trial of 10 people, 10 patients
Right.
with good results and throw out a huge claim that it's successful and that it cures this and that, right? Very dangerous, but it's being done now.
Yeah.
And I view these clinical trials and I'm like, okay, they studied it from, on 20 patients maybe, good results, and they're making these huge claims on a study on 20 patients. It scares me. Versus other studies, which may have hundreds of patients with good results, but maybe the marketing just isn't there.
Yeah.
And so one supplement may be better than the other, versus one claim may be, one ingredient may have better marketing than the other. So I look at the studies and I encourage folks when they're looking at supplements to actually look at the studies behind them. How many patients was studied? Was it 10 patients or 1,000 patients? Right? Because you're going to go with the results of 1,000 patients over 10 patients, but we don't know the difference.
Right.
So we have to look at that to view the quality of the studies. Was it a double-blind study? Was it a study comparing a group of patients and who took the real thing versus a group of patients who took placebo to really filter out bias?
Yeah.
Or was it only patients who all knew they were taking that supplement?
Right. Which psychologically they're going to go,
And who's funding the study?
Yeah.
Right? Is it funded from an objective organization, NIH, or is it funded by the company who is, providing the product?
Yeah. Well, all good stuff, and unfortunately we're out of time because we could go on and talk about. We're always at the point. I'm always at this point with Dr. Trent where I'm thinking I have like 10 more questions to ask. I want to thank you for coming on as always, and what we want to tell people that if you ever want a free consultation with Dr. Trim with the Irvine Clinical Research, his Healthy Brain Club, the number's on the screen, 753-1663. Or go to healthybrainclub.com. All right, and take your Flintstones, right?
All right, Flintstones, that's right. So good to see you.
Right. It's so true. It's like,
When you travel with AAA, you get more than a vacation. You get exclusive AAA member benefits, special offers on unforgettable experiences, and the travel planning knowledge of your own AAA travel agent. When you travel with AAA, you get the vacation of your dreams. To save on a pleasant holidays vacation, visit your local AAA travel agent today.
Diane's Hallmark is a family-owned Gold Crown store that is much more than just a card store. Our women's department has apparel, accessories, and jewelry featuring Vera Bradley and Bagalini handbags. Our religious department carries many different Christian books and Bibles, plus a great selection of Christian gifts. Of course, we have a large selection of cards and gift wrap as well. Come in and experience our personalized service.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
The El Toro Water District Phase 2 Recycled Water Expansion Project has installed over 21,000 feet of recycled water pipelines and is now over 75% complete. The final pipeline installations, as well as installations of service lines and final paving, should be complete by July. The connections of the individual irrigation systems to the new recycled water pipelines should be complete by the end of the year. The district sincerely appreciates your patience as we enhance the water supply resources in the Laguna Woods area.
Welcome back. Well, we have a gentleman here, Dave Min, and he is running for Congress, meaning the 45th District. I'd like to welcome you, sir.
Thanks so much for having me, Ken. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have you on. And man, the election is just, what, a week away? A little more than that.
1 week away today.
Yeah.
Yep. Next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday. So first of all, let's get your background and where are you from? Where'd you grow up? What do you do now, and why are you running for Congress?
Yeah, so I'm a native Californian. My parents immigrated to this country from Korea in 1972.
Okay.
They were studying at Brown University, classic Asian STEM story. My dad was studying mechanical engineering. My mom got her doctorate in chemistry. They ended up settling out in California to work on aerospace and those little semiconductors that run everything these days. And so, along the way, they had me and my brother. They naturalized in 1982. I was born in Providence, grew up all my life in California. But I went out east again for college and law school. I went to the University of Pennsylvania, where I studied economics at the Wharton School and philosophy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of the Wharton School.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I was actually a year ahead of Donald Trump Jr., as I like to say, I actually went to class. So I graduated magna cum laude. But I went on to study at Harvard Law School. And graduated in 2002. So what I like to tell people is the smartest thing I did in my 3 years at Harvard was meet my wife, convince her to go out with me, and we now have 3 kids together. So I started my career at the Securities and Exchange Commission. It was after Enron and WorldCom.
Wow.
And so your viewers may remember that this was a time when people were really concerned about our markets. Could we trust our corporations and our banks to state their results accurately? There's so much fraud happening. And it was in that spirit of public service. I wanted to serve my country. It was also after 9/11, if you remember.
Sure.
And so I joined the SEC to try to clean up our markets, to try to protect people's retirement security. And for me, that began a career in public service. I went on to work as a senior policy advisor to Senator Charles Schumer, and then went on to become a policy director at a think tank called the Center for American Progress. I came out to California. I was excited to come back about 7 years ago. I teach at UC Irvine's Law School today. My research is in the area of housing, banking, economics, and I can tell you honestly, never once thought I'd run for office. I came out here with one child, Teddy, 6 months old when we moved out here. Because we were in Irvine, we didn't know what else to do. We had 2 more kids right after that. So we've got 3 today.
Come on, there's other stuff to do in Irvine.
Well, it's good schools, safe neighborhoods, and so we just felt like we were settling down really. And I can tell you honestly, we had no intentions of running. My youngest child, Paxton, was just a year old last year when my wife and I decided that I should run for office. I think we're just in a time when our country's core values, our democratic institutions, the rule of law, all seem like they're under daily assault. I worry about the future of our country. As a son of immigrants, I worry about that we're not preserving the values that attracted my parents and millions of immigrants before them to come to this country. I worry that we're leaving behind a world that is going to be a bleak one for our children and beyond, and I think we need to get back to basics. So I got convinced to run because this is a critical time, and we need to win this seat. We need to impose some accountability on Donald Trump and what I see as a really out of control administration that Congress, unfortunately under the Republicans, has decided to go along with. We need to turn things around, and so I'm in this race to try to turn our country around.
So let's talk about a couple of the issues that are important to you, and I know one of them is health care.
Sure.
And I guess, we've obviously called the Affordable Care Act, whatever you'd like to call it, Obamacare or whatever. And, we've seen people on both sides of this. A lot of people did not like the mandate, and I know that's been taken away. Others are looking at it like, we need this help. So others are going, why should I pay? My insurance went up. My insurance, let's say they had it at work, went up because now I feel like I'm supplementing other people. So how do you take that? How do you make it equitable so people aren't living off that system, so to speak, while others are working and kind of paying into it?
Yeah. A great set of questions. Healthcare is one of the most important issues facing our country right now, obviously. And I will tell you straight up, I believe healthcare is a human right, and that we ought to be moving towards a system that has universal healthcare in which everyone is covered. What I'll also say is, as someone who is a self-described policy nerd, we have a system right now that is universal healthcare. It's just of the worst kind. People get covered in emergency rooms at the last minute. That's the most expensive type of care. It's also the least effective. Because if you're waiting until you go to the emergency room, it means you're not getting that preventative care that's cheaper, that actually helps you get healthy quicker. So right now, the United States has the most expensive per capita system in the world. We cover the fewest people with insurance, and we have the worst healthcare outcomes of any first world country. All of that is bad. So there's a lot of ways to improve this. Now, what we saw under the ACA was that before the Trump administration and the Republicans started tampering with it, it was actually starting to work. It wasn't perfect, but it was bending the cost curve. It was leading to significant increases in coverage. But of course, a lot of what we've seen, whether it's denying the subsidies that help the ACA work, whether it was meddling around, allowing subprime, sort of short-term insurance plans to proliferate, we saw a lot of tampering with this by the Trump administration that's led to real problems. What I propose in the near run, I think that we ought to impose the public option and create a public option under the ACA's framework. That would actually help in a lot of ways. Medicare would be a natural public option. It would expand health care for a lot of people and provide a baseline good product for people that they could buy into at an affordable price, and it would create that pressure on private industry to match that. I think that would do a long ways towards doing that. We also need to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices.
With that's always been the underlying issue that a lot of feel maybe that should have been taken care of first when the Health Act was going to be happening or went through. It's like, what happened to all the talk about let's start with the drug prices first?
Well, look, and our drug prices are out of control, and there are a lot of reasons for that. But one of the reasons is we don't have block purchasing from the federal government, and that is crazy. And that's the first thing we ought to be pushing for, is allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices as a market actor, and that will create pressure on the prices downward. Now, what we shouldn't do in healthcare is what the Republicans and Mimi Walters, my opponent, are trying to do, which is the American Health Care Act, Trump Care, which would have actually slashed Medicaid, put serious pressure on Medicare, hurt many of the constituents here in this district, and really reduced the number of people covered, made health care worse. In a lot of ways, that was probably the worst plan I've ever seen as far as health care. It was poorly thought out, and it was just a big giveaway to the health insurance companies and the drug companies at the cost of millions of people's health care.
Okay, we only got a couple minutes left. I'm going to let you pick your next subject.
Sure.
What do you feel is right after healthcare the most pertinent?
As far as policy issues?
Yes.
I think right now what we're seeing is an attack on economic opportunity in this country. And whether that's a tax bill, whether it's health care, I think we've seen a lot of issues right now. And so the tax bill is, at its core, a giveaway to billionaire investors who need that money least. We have ample evidence that this type of trickle-down economics does not improve the economy. It makes it worse, whether that's in Latin America in the 80s and 90s, whether that's in Kansas and Louisiana more recently. There's ample evidence that this doesn't work. It hurts us, and it raises taxes in this district. For Mimi Walters to be one of the few Republicans in California to vote for this bill, to be touting it every day on her website and her press releases, how great this is for America, when it hurts her own constituents. It raises my taxes. It raises probably a lot of your constituents' taxes. That's crazy, especially when it's not for anything good other than to give away money to people who need it least. They are pulling up the ladder right now of economic opportunity. We need to get back to basics. So what I've proposed is something I call a dad agenda. We need to start thinking long-term again in this country, investing long-term in things that will benefit future generations while creating a bottom-up economy. Education, protecting our environment, infrastructure investments, science, healthcare, housing. These are the types of things that have long-term value that markets don't necessarily invest in. We need to get back to that while being fiscally responsible. So I call it a dad agenda. The quote I like to use, the Greeks used to say, a society is truly great when they plant trees that they know they will never see. And we've gotten away from that in this country.
All right. Thank you very much. We ran out of time, but I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
And if you want to find out more about Mr. Min, and you know, the best way I always tell people, well, the website's easy, davemin.com, but for some reason, well, I was going to say just Google your name, but your name is your website, so that makes it easy, davemin.com.
And please consider voting for me. I've been endorsed by the Democratic Party, dozens of local leaders, and I'm the local consensus candidate. We can beat Mimi Walters this coming November, but I need your vote before the primary on June 5th.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. We'll be right back. Yeah, I wish we had more time.
Sorry about that.
We all know there's no place like home. You want to stay in your own home, but day-to-day tasks are getting more difficult to manage. Acticare is the solution. We are the trusted care partner in your community with 5-star reviews. You've taken care of others all your life. Now is the time to let us help you. In-home care is a safe and effective way to help you remain living independently in the comfort of your own home.
Acticare, responsive in-home care. Your first day is free.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Cart here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
I've been working with retirees since 1984. I specialize in protecting people's money, setting up a secure retirement income stream for them, and making sure their money is there when they need it. I started Sterling Financial Advisors under the premise that we not only needed quality service for clients out there in the financial industry, but ethical standards as well. We don't have any monopoly on the investments we use. What we do have a monopoly on is the integrity and how we treat our clients.
Hi, it's Desiree from Irvine Subaru, where families come first. As a family-ran dealership, your family's safety is our #1 priority. Come in and find the perfect Subaru from the largest selection of Subarus in Orange County. All models are top safety picks by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. We offer the ideal balance of safety, performance, and economy. Irvine Subaru, more Subarus, more safety, more performance, more love.
Well, coming up on June 9th and 10th, the American Cancer Society, here our local chapter in South Orange County, is having the Relay for Life. And I'd like to welcome a couple guests with them. Cheryl Bartesco, did I pronounce that right?
You did.
Okay, yours is easy. Steve Bell.
Yes.
Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
First, let's talk about sort of the background of the Relay for Life. You were telling me before we got back on, it's been over 30 years.
In 1985 is when Relay for Life was created. The first relay was in Tacoma, Washington. Dr. Gordy Klatt, a colorectal surgeon, did a 24-hour walk with friends and patients. They raised about $27,000. And over the course of the next year, friends and colleagues of his put them in touch with the American Cancer Society, and it has become the grassroots fundraiser for the American Cancer Society and for 29, 30 other countries who have embraced Relay for Life and all that it can be.
Yeah, over $5 billion raised since its inception. So
That's
it is
incredible.
the most successful fundraiser in history, yeah.
Wow. And of course, when we speak of the American Cancer Society, this is all encompassing.
Absolutely.
There's different organizations that focus on certain types of cancer, as we've certainly seen. But this one is for the research and everything that goes along with it. Yeah.
Advocacy, and the services. Services are key to the monetary funds that we bring in. Any patient, any caregiver, help they need are no cost. The funds that we raise from Relay for Life support all of those services.
So Steve, people can turn to the American Cancer Society if they're in a situation where, you know, they need help. They not only finding the information that they need, but also if they can't afford it, would that be treatments or just information?
Well, good example, in Orange County we have a really strong Road to Recovery program, and that's a program whereby volunteers will transport patients, cancer patients, to their chemotherapy or their radiology treatments.
I mean, it's not nice that they're in that situation, but it's nice that that's
great
available.
that you have that safety net there. We also have the Hope Lodge, where people that have to travel significant distances for their cancer treatments can actually stay at a lodge that the American Cancer Society funds during the course of their treatments. So there's a lot that's available to those that are going through that journey.
And how are the funds, how do you raise these funds with the Relay for Life? Are they the entry fee? Are they donations that go on throughout?
There is no entry fee. Only requirement B is if you want a t-shirt, you've got to raise $100. It isn't the kind of thing that you register, you automatically get a t-shirt. But the fundraising that occurs with the individuals and the teams, whether it be for pre-event fundraisers, whether it be for, a lot of people are doing very much online campaigns through Facebook and so on. But then at the event itself, it will be opportunities to donate. Many of the teams are going to have on-site fundraisers. We're going to have activities all day long. One of our teams is doing yoga at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you do a fee of some sort, you know, a free will donation for that class.
Oh, that's very nice.
And I think that's really what's important too with the Relay for Life. It not only is a fundraising mechanism, but it's a way to educate the public about cancer, ways that they can prevent it, also the services that the American Cancer Society provides. I mean, donors or investors, as we call them, like to know where that money is going. And so it's very important at the event that we not only provide a great event experience, allow survivors to celebrate their survivorship, like myself, to remember those that we have lost, but to also really educate the public and create an event experience so they really understand how important this fight is that we're in.
Yeah, and I think what's, again, there are many different organizations that focus on certain types of cancer, which is great that they do that.
Absolutely.
But this is something that encompasses everyone who has either had cancer of any type or knows a loved one, or they just feel that this is such an important issue that they want to become involved.
The unfortunate thing we have to say today is there's not a single one of us that hasn't been touched in some way by cancer, whether it's a spouse, a child, a relative, a neighbor, a coworker, the person down the street. Cancer is there, and the way we're going at it, we're going to defeat this.
Right. And I think a lot of people first heard of the American Cancer Society when you know, sort of the war on lung cancer and smoking came about.
Absolutely.
That goes way, way back. That's, you know, I remember first hearing about that in probably the late 60s, early 70s, and that was the first, for a while, that was the main focus.
Well, and incidentally, the American Cancer Society actually ran that study, which was called Cancer Prevention Study 1, that determined the link between cigarette smoking and cancer. Since then, they've done 2 other studies, Cancer Prevention Study 2, that determined the link between exercise and healthy eating and cancer risk, and the 3rd one, which we're currently in, which determines the genetic and environmental factors that might impact cancer. So American Cancer Society has been at the forefront of cancer research and, you know, the fight. Yeah.
Now, as far as signing up for this, do you have to officially sign up or just show up?
You can show up, sign a registration paper then.
Okay.
When you sign the registration paper, then you'll get the magic wristband, because of course you have to be covered by the insurance that we all need to have.
Okay.
Or you can go online, and our website is?
SOCRFL.
Okay,
.org.
SOCRFL. And then what I had up there was your Facebook link, so if you go there, you can get the information.
Yes.
Okay.
And they can come, you can be there for a little bit of time, you can be there for the whole time, and there'll be some of us camping out and being there for 24 hours. The reason that the relay is 24 hours is because cancer never sleeps.
And it's on Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
And on Saturday it begins at 9 o'clock?
It does.
And then it just goes throughout the next day?
Yes.
Okay.
We start off with an opening ceremony, which will have a couple of great speakers, and as part of that, the very first lap is survivors and their caregivers together celebrating those survivors. We continue on through the day with entertainment, activities. At 9 o'clock at night is the luminaria ceremony.
Okay.
The track will have luminarias all the way around it. And that gives us an opportunity to honor those with us and remember those who are no longer with us. We go through the night with activities and finish at 9 o'clock the next morning with our fight back, closing, and a final lap all together.
All right, and this is at Oso Viejo Community Park.
Yes.
And fields 5 and 6, and again, this is June 9th and 10th. And for more information, you go on SOCRFL.org, or as I put up there, their Facebook link, and you can go there and from there get the information.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you forget all that, if you just do American Cancer Society Relay for Life, Orange County, you know, you'll find it.
South Orange County, and you will find it.
Yeah, you'll find it very easily. Thank you both for coming on.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great event.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for getting involved. And that'll be again June 9th and 10th at the Oso Viejo Community Park. It starts at 9 o'clock, goes for 24 hours for the Relay for Life. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Sean Thomas. Welcome to Sports Talk. Come join me here every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. for sports highlights, tournament news, and interviews for Laguna Woods residents and around the world. Hey, maybe even Broadway. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Put it on your calendar. Thursday mornings, a great way to start your day with me and the Sports Talk way. Or even a triple's okay. I'll see you then.
Your body is made for work, play, and adventure. All the things that make life amazing. But when pain gets in the way, turn to Hoag Orthopedic Institute to get you back to doing the things you love. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we're experts at getting you out of pain and back to golf, running, or yoga. Whatever makes you, you.
South County Lexus, we really are different. We're California's exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Lexus Plus is a new way of doing business. At a Lexus Plus dealer, you can expect an upfront, negotiation-free, hassle-free price right on the vehicle. The same price you'll find on our website, all the way through the transaction. South County Lexus, we feel this is the way of the future, and this is the way the customer prefers to do business. South County Lexus, your exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Different, just like you.
Welcome to the Towers. As president of our association, I'd like to tell you about life here. Membership includes nightly open menu dinners, weekly housekeeping, on-call maintenance, and a range of on-site activities. Join our community of active, independent seniors. It's elevated living in a hotel-style environment. Visit us at towers@lagunawoodsvillage.com.
And welcome back. With me right now is Scott Marvel. Scott is with our video club, and coming up this Friday, he's going to start on his wonderful class that shows you how you can make a movie using your smartphone. Nice to see you, Scott.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. You got your smartphone here?
Yeah, I brought the tools.
Yes, you did. Now, you know, the first thing I want to ask, you've been doing this for quite a while.
Yes, I have.
And how easy is it for the average person, do you think? And what kind of apps do you use? Now, you have obviously an iPhone, but Android has plenty of apps as well.
Okay, so you asked me like 3 or 4 questions in a row.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I've been filming professionally since 1984. And so the whole smartphone revolution is still evolving. This iPhone, somebody strapped this particular model, the iPhone 8, onto a $50,000 red camera, state-of-the-art. He duct taped it to the top of the camera, made a movie. So you got 2 videos shot at the same time, put it on the internet. You can't tell the difference in the picture quality between the $50,000 camera and the iPhone.
Wow.
And Steven Soderbergh has a movie that just probably left the theaters, Unsaved. He shot it with an iPhone 7 Plus.
Yeah.
And says he's just sticking with the iPhone for his cameras from here on out. We'll see.
Yeah, but I did, I haven't seen the movie, but I saw the trailer for that. And I didn't even realize that they were using an iPhone at the time. It was just going through different kind of, we look at different movies that maybe we can show here. And, you know, he's a very famous director, of course, and it's just remarkable. So what do you use on your iPhone? Are you using iMovie or a different app?
Okay, so, like I went to Disneyland last summer, and I got there at 7:30 in the morning, and my goal was to narrate every shot. So if I pushed play, I was talking about what I was going to shoot. So I had to think about what I was going to say.
Okay.
I was ready. I hit play. And I wanted to see how easy it was to make a documentary with my phone, like if somebody was on vacation, right?
Okay.
And I would shoot, and then use iMovie, and I just tap the individual videos that I had shot and hit create movie. And by the end of the day, I had 3 one-hour movies. So I had a 3-hour documentary.
Wow.
Edited with titles by the time the fireworks were going off.
That's incredible.
It is. So most people, they get these things and they have no idea it's a supercomputer, right? It's just a phone and it's got apps. And so my goal with this class is to really show people how powerful these tools are and how easy it is. But it's mostly thinking in your mind, like if you've been editing on the computer, you know, it would take days or weeks or months. And I'm talking about minutes now.
Yes, yeah.
You're at a birthday party, you get a few interviews, you get people blowing the cake out, the candles out on the cake, dink, dink, dink. 10 minutes later, you're all watching the video. And it's got titles, you've got music on it, narration, everybody's having a great time. And it took you maybe 15 minutes to do this thing. That's what I'm trying to get people to.
And of course, if you hold yours up, these are just some of the accessories you can get. You know, he has the microphone, and he's got sort of a handheld tripod type thing there. And you can get, of course, different lenses that even go over.
Yeah, they just snap right on. But I haven't really found the need for the lenses. I haven't noticed it, but yeah, you can spend a couple $100 and get some pretty nice lenses.
Yeah, and I do want to tell people, by the way, especially if you're going to places like Disneyland, do not bring a selfie stick. They won't let you.
Right, no selfie sticks.
No selfie sticks, but this is okay.
Right.
And you know, there's all kinds of different things you can do. But to get started, you don't need to buy any of these. You can just kind of get started on your own, have your phone, take a few videos.
So this is a Shoulder Pod Pro. It's about $50.
Yeah.
And the reason I like it is because it's got a handle, so I don't have to worry about dropping the phone. But if I don't have that,
that's a great idea. Yeah.
It's really, it's hard to hold this shot steady with just your hands like this. You get a little shake, and this just takes all the worries out of it, because I just put this down and got 2 hands and every shot looks good. So it's totally worth $50.
Yeah, and it's, again, as Scott said, you know, the classes, it's 4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 Fridays in a row starting this Friday.
And it's much easier than you think. You know, kids do it. My daughter does it all the time. And she'll create all kinds of little videos and things. And the fact that the tool that you have right here is remarkable. And I do want to ask that although you're using an iPhone, somebody has an Android phone, there's apps that, obviously there's apps for that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit prejudiced towards the Apple products, but Android finally has sort of caught up a little bit, but it's still not as good as far as I'm concerned, as far as the apps and ease of use. But yeah, we can make it work.
Okay, very good. Now, to register, can they just come by that day?
Yeah, just show up. Video Club is right below Clubhouse 2, above the pool.
Okay, and we have it on the screen here. It's $20 for members, $35 for non-members, but if you spend $35, you become a member.
Right.
So that's nice. So that'll start, it's a 4-week class beginning this Friday. So it's every Friday, am I right?
Yeah, 4 Fridays in a row.
Okay, and you know, you've done this before, and people really enjoy it. And it's a great way to, you know, take quick videos and get yourself started and get yourself acclimated to what's possible.
Yeah, the very first day we're going to make a movie. So I'm going to show people. It's going to be really hands-on, and everybody is going to be able to make a movie in 4 weeks. And the goal is show your family and friends and have them be impressed that look what Grandma did, or Grandpa did, right?
Yeah, very good. And then as you folks have taught there as well, you can upload it to YouTube and you're all set.
Yeah.
You become your own producer very easily.
I mean, the Video Club is an amazing resource for the village.
Yeah, it is.
And they've got a lot of things. If you've never been there, I highly recommend everybody come down 1 to 4, Tuesday through Friday.
Okay.
We've got people there that'll kind of show you all the ins and outs, and great resource for the village.
All right. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And it's just amazing when you think about the ease, the tools that you can use, and the fact that what people can do nowadays is just absolutely incredible.
And have fun.
And have fun. That's the key.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Scott,
Sure.
very much. Again, that's Friday. And what time is it again? Is it
9:30?
No, okay. 9:30.
Yeah,
Yes, there it
9:30.
is, right there. It's below there. So 9:30 to noon, starting this Friday at the Video Lab over by Clubhouse 2. And just show up and bring your phone and be ready to go, and you'll learn a lot. And as Scott said, most important, you have a lot of fun.
Yep.
All right. Good to see you.
Sure.
Take care.
Thank
Scott.
you.
We'll be right back. Yeah, Mike.
Dental health is important, and it can be tough to find the best fit for your needs. Flora Stenger General and Specialty Dental Practice covers most of my dental needs in one location. Their on-staff specialists provide seamless services and communication between me, my doctors, and my insurance company. Located right down the road from Laguna Woods, our bus service stops right in front of their building. For the first time, I'm getting the dental care I need with the treatment I deserve. And my dental health has never been better. Call and book your first appointment today. I'm glad I did.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.
Well, you just saw that ad for the Orange County Fire Authority. They have a new public information officer, and we hope to have Larry, you know Larry Kurtz, come on and introduce him sometime over the next couple of weeks. Larry is kind of he'll still be involved, but you know, every couple of years they get somebody else to do that. All right, I want to tell you about our movie coming up on Friday, and this was one of the biggest, if not the biggest movie of the year, and this, of course, is Black Panther, and it came out earlier this year. I think it was in late January, and became the biggest film ever released in January, and I think it might only be behind Avengers right now, and of course, he's in Avengers as well. So Black Panther stars Chadwick Boseman, and it's about the king of Wakanda rises to the throne in the isolated, technologically advanced African nation, but his claim is challenged by a vengeful outsider who was a childhood victim of his father's mistake. This is a really good movie, very kind of a different Marvel movie, but I really enjoyed it. The effects are wonderful, the acting is great, and again, one of the biggest movies of all time. So that will be Black Panther coming to you, rated PG-13, runs 135 minutes. All the Marvel movies are usually pretty long. I think you will really enjoy this movie. It's very good. Now, our other movie coming up on Monday, June 4th, is called The Dark Tower. Now, this one, I have to admit, I don't know too much about. It's it stars, actually, I'm sorry about that. I got to look behind here. There we go, right in front of me. It's about the last gunslinger. Roland Dunchain has been locked in an internal battle with Walter O'Dim, also known as the Man in Black, determined to prevent him from toppling the Dark Tower, which holds the universe together with the fate of the world that's at stake. So again, I haven't seen much of this movie. I've seen the trailer. That's really about it. It looks like it's sort of like a kind of a Marvel type movie. It's not, but it seems to be in the similar vein. Matthew McConaughey stars in this, also Idris Elba, and that will be coming up on Monday, June 4th. So we've got Black Panther for you on Friday, and then The Dark Tower for you coming up on Monday. I'm looking forward to that one because I don't know much about it, and sometimes it's kind of fun to look at these movies that we get, and I'm like, I've never heard of this one, so that'll be fun. All right, I want to tell you about a really great service that is being brought to you by Second Harvest Food Bank and the Florence Sylvester Memorial Senior Center. This begins Friday, June 1st. It's called Park It Market, and it's a free mobile food pantry that will be coming to the center every Friday from 2:30 until 3:30. Now, all you have to do is show up. You do have to register when you get there. So I think you only have to register once. So if you're going this Friday, I would suggest maybe get there a little bit before 2:30. And then you go through the line there. You can bring up to 2 bags. You please bring your own bag and fill it up with different basic staples. And there you go. So from 2:30 to 3:30. And it's a new program, and it's going to be every Friday at the Senior Center. So take advantage of that. And it's a great service that Second Harvest Food Bank is doing. They're going to have fresh food items, for, obviously fresh fruits and vegetables, deli items, dairy, produce, canned goods, all kinds of things that you can partake in. So that will start this Friday. Now, tell you about the weather. We're back into the May gray that will turn into June gloom on a Friday. And we had a couple days there. It was like summer. And now we're right back to the May gray, but still the temperatures are nice. Now on Thursday, we're looking at a thicker marine layer really coming in overnight, Wednesday into Thursday. It's just a tiny little low pressure system that may produce some overnight drizzle and then drizzle into Thursday morning. But then we warm it back up again as we get to Saturday, which is June 2nd. I think we'll have June gloom on Friday, but by June 2nd and Friday, it'll be much nicer out, a little bit warmer. So back to more normal temperatures around Orange County today. Everything's to the low to mid 70s. If you go out to Palm Springs, real hot out there, about 104. Tomorrow we're going to have a guest on from the Council on Aging from Hoag Hospital, and I think it's Marcia Milchiker tomorrow with, it's Terry Witt with the South Orange County Community College District. And then we have a couple folks with the Lawn Bowling Club. Want to learn how to lawn bowl? They'll tell you how. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.